Hello everyone, I'm back to do a nighttime video. It's going to be a Dermaroller thing that I do twice a month actually, usually. Sometimes I do it with a smaller needle more often throughout the week here and there on different days. But I'm going to do kind of more, a little heavier one. I've seen a lot of people do some crazy things on videos for Dermarollers, and it's basically a way to kind of aerate the surface, make room for product to get into the skin a little bit deeper, and maybe shouldn't be in there, but maybe I actually like the idea of having those anti-aging ingredients go into the skin and do some really good damage control and help create more collagen elastin. So it's collagen induction therapy. That's one name for it. And anyway, it's something I like to do because it gives me a little bit more brightness and more smoothness. And I'm working on lines and wrinkles from being, I make lots of faces. I'm very animated and I smile a lot. I have like little crinkly lines around my eyes. I have my lines on my forehead. I have my 11. I have a nasolabial line that is really super annoying. And over here, not too bad. My brother has the same one, so I think it's probably genetic. I'm sleeping on my side on the pillow like this. So anyway, I'm going to try and stop doing that. But meanwhile, I'm going to work on kind of creating more of that exercise in the skin and create more collagen elastin. So I'm going to start off with cleaning my hands because you want to have very, very clean hands when you're doing a semi-medical treatment. I'm going to start off with actually, I'm going to cleanse my skin first. I'm using the Clinique Hippity Off wipes. And this is a Micellar cleansing towelette. So it does a great job of getting off foundation. This is actually my my brand new MAC water weight foundation. Get this all off here. Also have a lot of sunscreen. There's the foundation. I'm going to do my mascara later on because I don't want to mess around with that right now. I don't usually use wipes because I just feel like a cotton ball and my take the day off makeup remover, my little oil gel duo stuff. I like that so much, but it's just nice to have when there isn't the same candy. So anyway, cut it off. Looks pretty good. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to numb my skin a little bit, make it a little bit easier for the needles to penetrate and have it not feel so uncomfortable. So I have a little thing, it's called a Pro New, and this is an ice roller that I got from Amazon. And just going to slice across the skin, and you can kind of numb areas and select places as you go, and just make it easier for the job to happen. So I'm going to actually use a pretty serious needle. If you get to and there's two different brushes, or not needles, two different rollers I'm going to use. The small one actually is only a 0.5 millimeter, so this is a really short one that you can use on your lips to help with plumping. You can use it under your eye area. This one here is definitely, it's a full millimeter, so it's going to be more of a deeper, longer needle. And that one actually reaches the dermis. Think about how you have layers and layers of epidermis, and those are just those superficial layers that are always sloughing and turning over. And at the base of that is where you actually can touch the dermis. You can actually make a little bit of a barrier. You can interrupt the barrier basically, and that way, for a short amount of time, your body will be able to create more absorption and also have more healing things to happen to help make the collagen elastin come back a little bit better and faster. So I'm going to go ahead and spray the alcohol on the roller again, and I'm just going to numb places and sections. It's also good for migraines. If you have a headache, you just your ice roller out of the refrigerator or out of the freezer. It really does feel good. Or my husband's back of his neck, he gets these headaches. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do this really fast because it doesn't feel good. So if you do it really quickly, you'll get it done fast and quickly. So I'm going to just kind of go really fast across the face like this. And if you were going to do a shorter needle, you probably could go back and do more strokes, but because this needle is quite long, and I don't have a fat face, you see how I'm getting heightened color already. You might see some little bits of pinprick bleeding. That's where you get a little bit of a drop of blood that comes to the surface because you've touched the dermis where the blood vessels are actually there. You can see the pink that's there. And in the morning, if I come in and do a video or a picture tomorrow, you'll be wondering where all the redness went. So it's really easy to do. It's kind of weird, but it's effective, I think. So I'm going to go ahead and do my cheek area. And when you use this a not so deep roller, I would do a little bit more strokes, but because this is kind of a, you know, a deep penetrating one, I want to keep it really, really careful and safe. Numb it around again a little bit. I did my retin-A last night, so that could have been part of this process, but my husband's been on TV watching Game of Thrones, and he doesn't really want to go to bed till late, and I just kept putting off to do my video. And you can see a little bit of the pinprick bleeding coming through. If you wipe it really fast, it goes away. And again, we'll numb that area. And then we'll sort of numb this area before I go into that section. Then we'll go I don't do past the orbital bone with this needle, with this roller, but I will do it with the 0.5. And then roll it again with the ice roller. Whenever it feels like you're having a little bit too much activity. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and change over to the other roller. This is a shallower one. And I'll just spray it again just to keep it all clean from any dust that might be rolling around there. So you can actually do a little more if you want to do like into the eyebrows. I get little bumps from ingrown hair sometimes from waxing for all those years, and they pop up once in a while. It makes me crazy. You can go into the eye area, and obviously be really, really careful. Don't go clear up to your eyeball. And then you can go along the eye socket there where the bone is. Because my bone structure is kind of like hollowy area there, I can go in here in the middle here. You can actually, if you want to do the whole big area, you can do more of that. On the nose, I can go ahead and do the nose because there's a little bone in there, obviously, and the big needle thing wouldn't be as good there, so I'm using the shorter needles here. You can see where I didn't get a lot of redness right through here, so I'll go ahead and get some activity there and there. I'm going to go around my eye area again just because crinkly stuff goes on. Beautiful, huh? I have some things that's kind of scary, but it actually looks pretty good. If I didn't have lipstick on, I would actually do my lips as well, but I want to get gloss all into the brush or into the needles. Okay, so that's that. So, clean the hands again. So basically now that we have those like little channels that are open in a can absorb product, I'm going to go ahead and go from a, get some skincare penetrating the skin right away. I'm going to use the Ordinary Buffet, which is the Matrixyl combination. It's a cocktail. It's like a party basically of all these different products from the Ordinary company. I'll go ahead and do my 4 drops. Maybe more than that, I guess. So when you want to lock in your treatment and your moisture, you want to go with a, think about LOC. So L is liquid, O is oil, and C is cream. So if you do those things in that order, you'll have your products penetrate nicely there. And this looks really red and scary, but in the morning I'll be like, Chloe, you're beautiful. And you guys will want to do it like me? Maybe. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go to my oil. I'm going to use the Advanced Night Repair Ampoules. They're intensive recovery ampoules, and they're really, really good. Basically what you have in that is a proprietary collection of oils that are sourced from all these different countries all over the world and have really amazing results with a combination of oils. So it's this little capsule, and you just kind of close the end off here, twist the top off, and then because it's kind of a little messy to make it, you'll make a mess. You want to get the oil on pretty fast. So I'm just kind of get it on there quickly, kind of randomly, haphazardly, for now anyway. Get all the oil on my fingers. And pat at him. So this actual oil is designed for a couple of things. It's really mostly designed to use like for a 2-week process before you have a big event, like say you're being in a wedding and you want to look really beautiful for a wedding coming up, or you want to you come back from a vacation, your skin's really burned from being in the sun or something like that. That's where this oil really comes in and does a great job for healing and hydrating and plumping. So that's that. And then again, you want something to lock in the oil, so I'm going to use a barrier repair. This is a barrier cream called Clinique Moisturizer, and this one has some really good oils in it, and it's, again, it's a barrier repair, so it's going to help kind of seal in hydration. Oh, it's really soothing. It feels good actually. I do this before I go to bed so I can go to bed and not think about it, because it kind of is a little sore for a while. So I will see you guys tomorrow and let you know how I did over the night. Have a good night. Bye-bye.